Okay, so the miter saw arrived a little while ago, and wow, new sense of motivation with this project here. I think I got this now. Talked with my dad a little bit about this, and seems like I'm on the right track. I'll start with this. Let's see here. I'll start with moving this step ladder first, I guess. Alright, so first of all, this piece of cedar. Looks like the same piece, but as you see, we get to the end. Oops. There you go. That's one piece. So I got a 12-foot piece because, first of all, I checked their website and it didn't say that they had 12. Got to the store. Yep, they have 12. Well, I didn't bring the trailer, so I brought the small car. So I brought the Subaru. Went out the front window with it. So felt like I was, there's somebody running down the road. I thought I was gonna, is it joust them? So, yeah. And then with the miter saw, that makes a much better cut than trying to cut that with a crosscut saw. So yeah, that turned out well. The other piece I just popped off with the pry bar, wonder bar. This is in, and I think this was in the last video here, and we had some issues with this part here going on, and I've started my pine trim mitering here. Like, there's going to be a space here, and even Dad said whoever put these steps together are pretty rough because each one of these is like that. So you're going to have that space. I'm not going to cut this out. This I may just fill in with something. And then we got another one here coming up like that. Oh, that's nice. So yeah, I think that looks much better. He said, yeah, there would be really no way of getting that to fit, doing that, because these steps are not square. There's some warping with the wood here. So I mounted this box here as I was waiting for the miter box. I got that set at, I think, 48 for height. I picked up a 5-foot piece of conduit, and I was going to bring it home in the car, and it was 4 cents less expensive to buy a 5-foot piece than a 10-foot. And I'm like, I'm going to need at least 10 feet of conduit, so I am not buying more expensive stuff. And then one other project we talked about is this top step still squeaks. I think if I push on it, it'll squeak here. Let's see if I can get it. Oh yeah, squeaks. And the problem is you can get to all of these, and I think I said in the other video, the rise here is actually behind these 2x10s, and there's no way of doing it. And Dad was saying, well, what you should do is maybe mount a block. Here's my finger. Mount a block to this, and then you could screw to the bottom of this, because we're pretty sure these are 1 1/8" tread. And then it took me a matter of a second to say to myself, no, I'm not going to use a block. I'm going to use a piece of angle iron. I'll use a piece of 2-inch angle iron, and I'll screw into this and screw into that. This here, we think this is just a spacer that they stuck in between the riser and this 2x10. So I'm working on scoring this with a razor knife and popping this off, and then I'm going to get a piece of 2-inch angle iron to sit like this, like that. Oh, that is going to be nice. And I guarantee you that step will no longer squeak after I get that in there. So that'll be pretty sweet. Like I said, there's a new found motivation now with this project. Like, things are coming together. Feels like I'm getting something done. I had a little cut off piece left here, so I cut out this piece here, and I got this section here that I measured out, and I got Dad's got a piece that he had down by him, so he's gonna cut that piece down, and then I'll cut in my steps. I think it's gonna be short though. I think it's gonna come up to about here, and then that's where it'll end. And you know what? I'm just going to use one of my pieces that are left over to fill that in, because this stuff is super expensive. And that's okay. We need to get over the fact that it's not only a basement, it's under the steps. So we need to not be so ridiculous. So yeah, there we go. I'm going to get some more done on this, and yeah, I could have the door in today, but the finish on the door just isn't there yet. And I'm not going to rush that, because I want that finish on that door to be really nice. And the one side that is done, Dad said, yeah, that's a really nice finish you got, so I'm gonna not rush it. And we checked the frame. We also cut the frame down. I'll show you that in a second. So when we put the frame in here, we got this air trunk or air duct that comes through here, and you can tell this is up quite a bit when I get to the frame. So in order to get that frame down, we cut it down 2 inches on the miter saw. He held the frame while I cut it. So then what I got to do is cut the door down another, well, I can cut the door 2 inches down if I want to keep it inch space or inch, and it'll be a little bit closer. So you cut that off on the bottom and that'll fit. I'll show you that in a second. But yeah, it's going to come together nice. I'll probably have to stick another 2x4 up on top and then a 2x4 on the inside here. So here's the frame. This is the piece that we cut off, or the piece that I cut off. So that was on like this, cut that much down, so the frame will sit that much lower to the ground. So then up here, I'm going to have to cut this door down too. This is the bottom of the door, so what I'm thinking we'll do, or what I'll do, is set up like a piece of wood and then clamp it on each side so the skill saw, it's not skill saw, what are those called? Cut-off saw? Skill saw? Skill saw is a brand. Well, whatever, circular saw, how about that? The fence will sit against here, and then as you push it, that should keep you nice and straight on the bottom here to cut that off. So, and there shouldn't be, we're thinking there shouldn't be any nails in there, so you can do that. But like I said, I only got one good coat of spar on this side, and in comparison, I know I've showed this before. I mean, Dad looked at it, you can see that there's a huge difference. It's smooth, it's real glossy, so, and that's nice. Ooh, door's heavy. Alright, so that's that. Onward and upward. Alright, so this will be the last update, I think, for the weekend. I'm going to be shutting it down here. Maybe I'll get some time this week to work on this, I don't know. Let's see, what did I do? Well, I don't know if I got all this here. This is as far as I can go with that. I was going to put the piece up on top, but then after I started thinking about this up here, I did nibble this all away. I took a chisel and chiseled this spacer that's behind the rise here out. So I went to the store, nobody has the right size angle iron, so I got to get some 3" by 3" angle iron, and then I bought these special screws that are about 1 inch. I can screw into the tread, and then into this I'll use a construction screw. I'm just working on this project here, getting some of the wiring going. Some of it's going to be in conduit, some of it won't be. I like the way this looks. Looks like I know what I'm doing. I'm not going to open this up because this is a mess inside, but I'll give you the idea of what I've done. So there's a green wire that comes down. All the boxes are grounded, so you got to buy a ground screw or a ground screw kit. So you ground the box, the outlet's grounded, the switch is grounded, and then the green wire that comes down from the top, that's going to be coming, there'll be Romex coming in the top of this box. And yes, I didn't think this through. I should have punched this out before I mounted the box, but I think if I got a stubby screwdriver I can get that pushed out. So the Romex is gonna sneak through here, come in the box here. This initially I was just gonna use one of these those square boxes, those handy boxes, but I like this. This gives me a little bit more room. You can see this looks just like the other box with the ground screw in there. That's to make sure everything's grounded because you're using metal conduit. So what was I saying? Oh, so with this then, I may put a light here instead. And I don't know if you can use like a junction box and a light all at the same thing, but I'm doing this my way, so I really don't care. I may put a light here, just so like when you turn it on you have some lighting. Or I may go and mount the light to the bottom of this tread. That was my other thought. I'm not sure how I'm getting, if I'm bringing power from here, from that outlet over to where I want to outlet over there. And like I said, I got a keyless, or no, it's keyed. I think it's a keyed switch that, right, so this is what I bought. It's a porcelain, I don't know if it's, is it considered keyed? It must be keyed. I don't know if it's keyless. No, it's not keyless. It has a key. Yes. I don't know. Whatever. It doesn't matter. But I wanted the one that had the outlet in it because I don't know what I'm doing for lighting in here. Like I said, this might be like a utility light type thing, and I don't know like what the space should be, but I'm gonna put a small light bulb in there. So that would be the key, or that would be the fixture here, and then I might do some other type of lighting. I'm thinking about having like a lamp or something. I don't know. Every time I decide I'm going to do something, I end up changing my mind halfway through because I don't like the way it looks, or I think there's a better way of doing it. So this is where I'm at. This is the update, I guess. It's really disconjunctive today, but I'll see where I can get with this. I don't know. This week's going to be a busy week though. So yeah, getting there.